I'm David Braman.
And I'm Ethan Walker.
And we are summer interns here at Wilcox Medical Center.
We're here to help you guys stretch for the big race and get all those extra muscles and joints all nice and loose so you don't get hurt on the big day.
So today we have dynamic and static stretches for you. We want to make sure that while you're going to the point of a little bit of discomfort, stretching the muscles, we're not going to the point of pain. We want to make sure that you guys are warmed up and healthy, but we don't want you guys to get hurt.
Thanks for joining along with us and have a great day.
All right, we have finished our workout and now it's time to cool down. We are going to do so with our static stretches. Static stretches are really good to do after workouts because they improve our range of motion, flexibility, and our muscle recovery. Let's do it. All right, so our first static stretch is called a Gastroc wall stretch. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna lean ourselves against any wall or surface that can support us. We're gonna put two hands against the wall and we're gonna put one foot back and bend your front foot. And you're gonna keep that back leg straight and lean forward until you feel that stretch in your back leg. And we are gonna hold this, we recommend holding for about 20 to 30 seconds. And then once you're done with that, you can switch legs and do the same thing. All right, static stretch number 2 is called the Soleus wall stretch. So the same thing as number 1, two hands on the wall, bring one foot back, and instead of keeping that back leg straight, we're gonna bend our back leg, and you should feel that stretch a little bit lower, more towards your Achilles. We also recommend holding this one for 20 to 30 seconds. Once you do that, you can switch legs. Again, for 20 to 30 seconds, bend that back leg, feel a good stretch, and then we'll move on. All right, our next stretch is our hip flexor stretch. So what we're gonna do is kind of get into this lunge position down here on the ground. Make sure you have something soft to cushion you while you do so. And we're gonna put one leg back and one leg right here. Lots of people think that you need to get into a super deep lunge to stretch your hip flexor, but that's not the right way. I'll show you the right way. So what we're gonna do is put this back leg back and you're gonna lean up and you're gonna engage your abdominals to make sure that you don't arch your back too much. And then you're gonna squeeze your glute of the leg that is back. So if you do that, you sit up straight, you squeeze both of those muscles, you should feel the stretch right here in your hip flexor. If you'd like a deeper stretch, you can put the arm of the back leg up and you can lean a little bit over and a little bit back and you should feel an even deeper stretch right here. Our next stretch is called the world's greatest stretch. And we call it that because you're gonna feel it throughout your entire body. So what we're gonna do is put one leg forward into a lunge position and put both arms down. The arm that's of your back leg is gonna stay planted on the floor and your opposite arm is gonna reach up to the sky, all the way up, and we're gonna hold this for about 10 seconds. You should feel it throughout your whole body here. We're gonna do 10-second reps, and once that's done, you're gonna come up, go back down, and do this exact same thing on the opposite side. 10-second holds, feel it throughout your whole body, and it feels great. All right, our next static stretch is called the figure 4 hamstring stretch. What we're gonna do is sit here on a comfortable surface on the ground, and we're gonna put one leg out forward in front of us, and one leg is gonna bend so that your foot is about at the knee of the straight leg. We're gonna keep our back straight, don't be hunching forward, and if you feel it already, you can sit here, and if not, you can lean forward and try to touch your toes and anything like that. Feel it in your hamstring of the straight leg. We recommend holding it for about 20 to 30 seconds. Once you're done with that, you can switch your legs to the exact same position, do the exact same thing, and then you can move on. All right, our next stretch is called the butterfly groin stretch. So we're gonna bring our 2 feet together while we're sitting here and put your knees out, and then you're gonna take your elbows and press your knees down to the floor as far as feels comfortable. Remember, like how at the beginning we said we're going to a little bit of discomfort, you just wanna stretch your tissue, you don't wanna go to the point of pain. So be careful, be safe, stretch down, you'll feel it here in your groin and maybe a little bit in your hips. Do that for about 20 to 30 seconds down, and then you're good. Next one is called the Piriformis Stretch. So what we're gonna do is you're gonna bend one leg here and you're gonna rest the foot of your opposite one on this knee. And what we're gonna do is you're gonna take this and push forward down. What we wanna be sure of is that you're getting the stretch over here by your hips and your hamstrings. What we don't want is too much pressure going on your knee. So what we're gonna do is you're gonna flex your foot up here. Don't let it hang loose like this. Get some good flexion there. Push down on your knee. Feel a stretch right here in your hip. Again, recommend about 20 to 30 seconds for these reps. Once you're done with that, do the exact same thing with the other leg. Push down, and we're gonna be good. Those are the end of your static stretches. Remember, these are your cool down for after your workout, after your run. Once you do that, you're successfully cooled down and ready and recovered. Now you guys know how to properly warm up and cool down for your big race.
Thanks for joining us, and we hope you have a safe and great race.